Hey, 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 Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, the pajama grandma in my pajamas, still with the little penguin, and my hair turban and no makeup. Sorry, but some days it's just like that. I needed an Epsom salt bubble bath today to kind of get everything moving. There's days like that in my life, which is why I am doing the things I'm doing with people with chronic pain, or for people with chronic pain. Last night, I'm going on a big trip next week to Orlando, Florida for a marketing convention. And I realized yesterday I haven't been to a marketing convention. I gotta lose a fish pillow. I think the first one I ever went to was by Jim Edwards, and it was, I don't even remember what year, but it was the very early, or the mid-2000s. I'm going to say it was probably the mid-2000s. And when I'm at this conference, I'm going to ask him, because I found a book by him that was autographed by him yesterday, and I thought, well, maybe I'll take that and give him to autograph it. And I opened it up, and he'd already autographed it. And that reminded me that, oh, that was the very first business marketing type convention I'd been to. I'd been to a lot of different conferences and conventions as a quality engineer and as a quality director and as a quality manager, but I'm working in different personal care product manufacturing companies, and for a giant bakery I worked with, and for a label printer, but I'd never been to a strictly information marketing and online type convention. So I went to the Jim Edwards one, and now next week I'm going to another one by a gentleman named Russell Brunson, and I'm super excited about it. I actually bought the ticket for this over a year ago. Last year in February, not this last February, but in 2017 February, I shelled out the money and bought this ticket because I knew that I wanted to go to this particular event. I knew I needed to start getting out more and interacting with like-minded people, and this was the event that I chose to go to. So I actually began my little handy-dandy notebook. I love to write stuff down, making my to-do list of all the things I have to get ready before I leave early next week. And it is a pretty big list, but I put little check boxes by them so that I remember to check them off as I do them. I have learned that at my age, if I don't write it down, it is not getting done. So I write it down. So little things like business cards. I don't have any business cards right now. I know how to make them. I've got a whole bunch of blank stock, but I haven't used a business card for 8 years or so. I never used them in my Italian food manufacturing business. I had some, but once they were gone, they were gone. I quit making them because I had established who I wanted to do business with, and I wasn't out actively promoting that business because we were at a comfortable capacity where I didn't really want to work harder. So I wasn't out trying to drum up business and grow the business, and I wasn't sharing business cards or networking that much. And that was all intentional. I was at a place where I'd had some health challenges, and I was at the capacity of what I could and would and wanted to do with that business. And so I just didn't get more. Now, I'm sure I could scurry up a couple of old business cards from that business, but I also have been in other businesses in my life. So I know I need to get some business cards and things together. I also yesterday started documenting my journey to clean up my social media. My social media has been created over like 10 years, and it's just a chaotic mess. I will admit I have more than one Facebook because I had a personal Facebook, and back in the day when I set up my other Facebook was right after that first marketing convention. So that might have been 2008 or something. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's bugging me now. But I set up then another Facebook kind of strictly for that online world marketing group friends, and it kind of morphed back into, after my cardiac arrest, sort of just friends and family, that one. So I haven't really done much or paid attention to that Facebook at all. Actually, I pretty much forget about it for like months on end, and then I'll pop on it and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this Facebook. But there's things like that out there where, I've got that Facebook in my maiden name. I've got my Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, which is my main Facebook page, and profile. But then on that, I've got 13 different pages and 15 different groups that I've set up over the years. And as I went back through it yesterday, I made a video to capture this. I went back through and plugged into my LinkedIn, I didn't go to Twitter, but again, I've got 2 Twitter accounts. One because my dad was in the hospital when I first discovered Twitter, and we were down at Mayo, and I didn't know what to do with myself. Well, we waited and waited and waited for him. So because he was having some major heart issues and open heart surgery. And so I just started building a Twitter and doing a following. And it was back before they put the limits on how many people you could follow. So I think at one point I was following like 60,000 people before they put a kibosh on it and said, you can't follow that many people. And I didn't know that that was a dumb thing to do. So they actually froze my account. And my account has been frozen since then. So probably when Twitter first started, whatever year that was, since then, that account has been frozen. And people can follow me, but I cannot follow any more people until the numbers get equal. Well, the people following me is just dwindled all the way down. And when it gets to the number of people that are following me, then I think I can follow people again. But until then, since they put that guideline in place, that account just kind of sits there. But things like that, I know I need to clean those up. And then I also need to get a consistent message across all of my platforms. But the interesting thing about looking at that and doing that exercise yesterday was it's kind of like a history of the different businesses I've had and the different projects that I've done over the last decade. So for me, it was kind of fun. I mean, I don't really remember much about my real estate investing in my real estate days. And we did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of projects and deals back then. But since I had my cardiac arrest after that, a lot of that just kind of I've let it go in my memory, and I don't really think about it. But I had some incredible experiences and stories from back then that I can share with other people. And so that's kind of the value in going back through all of that. But I do need to streamline it. Now, this event I'm going to next week, I'm really excited about because I think I was going to start streamlining it before I went, but now I just gathered all the information together. And I think I'm going to wait until I talk to a couple of people that are really terrific about brands and say, okay, this is the mess I've created. What should I be putting out there? Should I be having everything be pajama grandma? Because that's kind of who I am these days. Should I have everything just being Sharon Horne-Ellstrom and being me, without my makeup talking to Facebook Live? So I don't need anybody to tell me the answer. I'm sure I could figure it out myself and just trial and error and test it. But why not ask people that are a little bit wiser and have a lot more specialty and expertise in this area than I do? Because I know nothing about branding. I mean, okay, I know a little bit about branding, but it's not my area of expertise. So why not ask people that really know? So that's on my list of things to do while I'm there. I've actually started a really big list of people I want to talk to and things I want to do while I'm there. It's really exciting to get to go meet people that are interested in and doing the same type nerdy things that you are. I mean, I'm cool with being a nerd. I've been a nerd for a really long time, like my whole freaking life. And so I've come to terms with it. But it's hard for a lot of people to be themselves and just go with the flow. So I'm not having a problem with it from that standpoint. I just know that there's so many people that I'd like to meet and interact with, and it's not possible. So I need to set up a bit of a realistic expectation of how many hours there are in a day, how many people I can actually meet, and what I can actually accomplish at the event. Now, if you've known me for any amount of time at all, you know I tend to overextend myself. And I'm trying to take some steps and make sure that I'm ready energetically, getting a bunch of rest before I go, doing what I can do ahead of time before I go. I do what's called a daily scare share video live post. And it's my challenge for myself to do one thing every day that scares me. And my daughter challenged me to do that. So instead of taking the book with me and doing all of the videos and trying to do them while I'm at this conference, I'm actually going to pre-record them today and knock them out so that I don't feel overwhelmed when I'm there. I want to do videos at the event, but they'll be part of this because they're part of my adventure. They're part of what I'm doing to transform my businesses from offline brick and mortar to the online world and be able to live and work and enjoy my life in my pajamas a whole lot more. So that fits totally with the theme of this particular Facebook Live. It doesn't really fit with my daily scare share though, my daily comfort zone stretching, although I'm going to be doing a lot of comfort zone stretching while I'm there. So I'm going to actually pre-record those messages today so I don't have to worry about or stress about that. So that's one less thing on my plate. I'm also going to, and this week I've worked really hard to get all of my coaching and all of my things like that done ahead of time. So next week, none of that's on my plate. I don't have to think about or worry about any of it. Group meetings, team meetings, I doubled them all up this week so that I don't have to think about them next week. And I can just go and be 100% present at this event and just be like a little sponge, kind of like my granddaughter, my almost 3-year-old granddaughter, just a little sponge, and I can just absorb absolutely everything. I kind of want to take a little piece of sponge in my pocket just to remind me. Okay, I won't. That's a little bit on the crazy side, but I am sitting here in a turban in my pajamas with no makeup, so I guess we know I'm a little bit comfortable. I'm a lot more comfortable now just getting out there because I've been doing these, and I still get nervous. I still trip over my words. I guarantee that if I'm still doing this 5 years from now, I will still trip over my words. I still will say the wrong thing. I don't like labels, but I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic. I was never diagnosed with dyslexia, but back when I was going to school, they didn't even know what dyslexia was, I don't think, and they certainly didn't diagnose anyone with it, and I never went to the doctor for it. I just thought I was a pretty precocious, high-energy, fidgety kid, and had to figure out ways to get through life and get through school so I wouldn't be, ostracized more than most kids as they go through grade school. But I digress. So I'm going to get my rearing gear and go dry my hair, put on my face, because I can't make all of my videos looking like this and in the same shirt, or people would know that I made them all on the same day. But that's my trick. I'm just going to bulk create some of my content today and get it out ahead of time so that next week I can 100% enjoy the conference that I'm going to, and I don't have to worry about taking extra stuff with me and getting the message out and doing the videos, because it's just one piece of extra stuff I'd have to worry about that I don't want to worry about. So go out, make it an awesome day, do something to move you toward what it is that you want, and I will, of course, see you tomorrow. Bye.